Hello, hello, my friends. Today I am going to be encouraging you to shop your candle stash. I have 10 fragrance combinations to share with you, so let's go ahead and dive into it. The first one that I am going to share with you is actually one that I cannot really take credit for. One of you lovely subscribers, and I am so sorry right now, I am drawing a blank on which one of you it was. So if you recommended this to me, please make sure to take credit for it by commenting down below to say, that was my idea, that was my idea. The first fragrance combination that I have is Fresh Lilac and Coconut Cake. So the Fresh Lilac is from KRINGLE Candle. I should have said that first. KRINGLE Candles, Fresh Lilac, and HOMEWORX Coconut Cake. These two fragrances together are what I burned on Easter Sunday because to me, they captured the epitome of what I remember Easter being. Those fresh lilacs, but a little bit of the hint of a coconut cake. Now, coconut to me is typically a summer fragrance, but in this format, it actually reminds me more of a springtime fragrance because I think of a coconut cake as an Easter treat. So I really enjoy pairing these together. You also have the gourmand with the floral going on, which is a combination sometimes I like to put together because I feel like both of those fragrance families, if they are very strong, they can almost come off as too strong. So I feel like if I have one from each genre, it kind of balances out a little bit more. I will say that this is a fragrance combo that in my experience, I typically like to burn when I am able to have the windows open because both of these candles for me can be powerhouses. The coconut cake can get borderline cloying for me. There's something about maybe that caramel note at the end that I can only withstand that fragrance for maybe 2 to 3 hours. And so that is why I have actually really enjoyed pairing it with the lilac fragrance because then I find that I can go into a different room and kind of escape the coconut cake. Not that it's a bad fragrance. I like it. That's why I'm including it here, but I find that just when I want a little bit of a change up, it's nice to go from a gourmand into a floral. The next fragrance combination that I am going to suggest is HOMEWORX Banana Chocolate Chip Pancakes. That is the next for Autism candle, which I am planning to probably do a dedicated review on that one. Just a little side note here, that cause is one that I want to say it means a lot to me. Harry Slatkin and I have something in common in that we both have children on the autism spectrum. One of my children is diagnosed with ASD. And so I was more than happy to support that cause. And I will make sure that I get a dedicated review out on that one. But I have enjoyed burning that candle with the KRINGLE Candle Chocolate Bunnies. Now that was a limited edition Easter release, so I apologize if you do not have that one in your collection, but if you do have it in your collection and you're kind of wondering, well, Easter has come and gone, what do I do with this chocolate scented candle now? Why don't you try pairing it with that banana chocolate chip pancakes? I actually find that banana and chocolate are nice fragrances that go together. And chocolate fragrances can be a little bit funny for me, but I actually find this bunny, what is this called? The chocolate bunnies one to be my favorite so far because there is a small underlying scent of coconut in there. I know not a lot of people have talked about that, but my nose picks it up instantly. And I just love the way that those two fragrances blend with each other. So if you're looking for a fragrance that makes your house smell yummy, but more in like a spring, summertime gourmand fragrance, then I would suggest putting those together. All right, if you are looking for fresh citrus, if you are able to get your hands on HOMEWORX Valencia Orange, which was available in a duo over at QVC, I don't believe it is available anymore. It might be. If it is, I will make sure to link it down below. Try pairing that with Yankee Candle's Tangerine Vanilla. Both of them have just a very fresh citrus note to them. The tangerine vanilla has a little bit more, I want to say slight creaminess to it, almost slightly peachy. I have really enjoyed burning those two candles together. If you don't have a Yankee Tangerine Vanilla, another fragrance that I like to burn alongside that Valencia Orange is KRINGLE Candle's Sicilian Orange. I feel like those two play together very well, although if you are somebody who finds citrus scents a little bit to be like a little too much, I would probably not go with that fragrance combination. Also, if you are looking to enhance the fragrance of or get like more of an orange creamsicle vibe, but you don't want to purchase another candle a la the HOMEWORX Orange Creamsicle, maybe if you have the new Vanilla Bean Ice Cream from HOMEWORX, I would pair that with the Valencia Orange, and you're going to get a very similar fragrance profile going on there. So that is actually one of the most versatile fragrances I have had in my collection lately, because I found that I've been able to pair it with quite a few other candles, and it's helping me use up some of my stash. If you are looking for a fragrance that is kind of more of like a sweet, I wouldn't call it perfumey, but it does kind of remind me a little bit, well, I'll let you know what it is here. KRINGLE Candles Watercolors along with KRINGLE Candles Beautiful Day. Now, I would not suggest burning these, again, right next to each other, but if you burn them in one room and then put another in the other room, I find that they share some similarities. Both of these fragrances remind me of body care products that I used to purchase from Victoria's Secret way back in the day, like we're talking mid-2000s. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm sure if some of you have smelled it and are more in touch with what those fragrances might be, please feel free to comment down below. But these are both very sweet, but not overly strong performers in my house, which is why I say that I feel like they complement one another very, very well. Both of them I would give a strength in the throw of around a 5, so they're not overall powerhouses, which is good because, like I said, very sweet fragrances, not sweet like in a gourmand type of scent, almost like a sweet berry type of fragrance. They're harder fragrances for me to describe. There's a little bit of floral in them, but like I said, they remind me of like Victoria's Secret body lotions. I really, really like them, but I find that those two combined are really nice for this time of year. You will see a theme here that a lot of these fragrances are citrus or berry. I do have a couple of gourmands mixed in here, but I do just want to give the disclaimer, which I forgot to say earlier, that most of these fragrances are ones that I am currently burning, meaning I have burned them within the last 2 months. I have a whole boatload of them that I'm looking forward to burning in the summertime. So if you want me to continue on with a series like this, maybe every month, looking at candles I have in my collection and combinations to try, hit that thumbs up button for me, because that'll let me know that you want to continue to see something like this. But you will see that I am a pretty seasonal burner, so you're probably not gonna see a lot of like pumpkin or anything like that. Eventually I will get into those fall fragrances, but just in case you're new here and you're like, how come she's not mentioning more like foodie scents? It's just because I typically gravitate towards those more in a different season. All right, let's continue on with this list. The next fragrance combination I have actually talked about. I've talked about it on my Instagram. I've talked about it on here. But if you have these in your collection, you would probably really like these. So the fragrance combination is Grapefruit and Rosemary from KRINGLE Candle. This is actually in their new country candle format. They're 100% soy. And KRINGLE Candles Rosemary Lemon in their typical or their 2-wick tumbler style jar. It's so funny, you guys, because that Grapefruit and Rosemary was the candle that I thought, I do not like this at all. I'm not going to like it. Yuck. And I am almost done burning it. I have burned it quite a bit lately. This combination together, if you want to throw in KRINGLE Candles Essentials, all 3 of these together scream, hello, my house is very, very clean. Welcome. You will not find anything on the floors here. It's freshly vacuumed. The windows are clean. And even if that is not the case, people might think, well, now that I think about it, people might walk into your home and expect that, and they might be disappointed. But in my mind, it just really says, hi, my home is very clean. Welcome to my home. So if you are looking for a very fresh, inspiring you to clean your home type of fragrances, then those are ones that I would recommend. I would also recommend them as, what would I call this? Like a palate cleanser for when you are done cooking a very heavy meal, or maybe a meal that has some lingering odors. That is a great fragrance combination to kind of clear the air. Two new fragrances that I have picked up from Kringle Candle are Berry Clouds and Blue Raspberry. Now, Blue Raspberry is in the Country Candle format. Again, this new 100% soy. And the Berry Clouds, I believe, is a completely new fragrance altogether. Now, the Berry Clouds, as the name would insinuate, there is a berry note to it that I think there's a little bit of like a raspberry that plays very well with that blue raspberry note. All of the fragrance notes, I will make sure that I have listed in the description box down below, or I will actually just have a link where you can go ahead and click on each one and you can go to the website and read all of the fragrance notes. But typically you will see a pattern here where I am looking for candles that might have a common fragrance note that they share, or like in the example of like orange and vanilla, like vanilla seems to go along pretty well with most other candles, or I think of popular foods or just fragrances that in my mind would go well together. But the Berry Clouds and Blue Raspberry has been a very nice fragrance to put together. I've also been thinking about pairing the Blue Raspberry with the, which one is it? The new, is it the Saltwater Taffy? That strawberry one from Kringle. I have not burned that yet, but that is another one that I am thinking about pairing alongside with the vanilla waffle cone. We'll see where that takes us, but I haven't burned that yet, so I don't want to include that yet on a recommendation. Sticking with Kringle Candle, you guys know I have a lot of Kringle candles in here, so this is not all Kringle, I promise. There's a couple of other fragrances in here from other brands, but Cosmic Cupcake. Now, this has been a fragrance that has been a little bit polarizing. People don't really know exactly what to think of this one. Some people smell chocolate, some people smell citrus, some people smell lemon bars, some people are like, I really don't even know what I'm smelling here other than it's extremely sweet. This is a fragrance that I actually had a really hard time finding something to complement it until Kringle released their Easter release, and I found that burning marshmallow chicks in one room and the Cosmic Cupcakes in another, actually, I kind of liked it. Now, I will say that the two of them side by side, I would not enjoy that fragrance at all. But again, we're talking about fragrances that complement. Not necessarily, they're not the same, but they kind of tend to bring out the best in the other one. Now, one of the things that I have heard about Marshmallow Chicks, it's been a very interesting fragrance. Upon the first lighting of it, I smell a little bit of lemon in there, but some other people have said this, and I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks this. I do detect a little bit of some kind of chocolate note in there, and I know that there's not a chocolate note listed in there. Maybe it's just the way that the wax, there's something that the oils are doing in the wax when it's been burning for a while, but after about an hour of burn time, I start to smell like an underlying chocolate note in there, which I think does pair well with the Cosmic Cupcakes. And being that both of them are about a strength and a throw of around a 7. I find that they kind of stay in their lane. They'll stay in the rooms that you put them in. And so that way you don't really have to deal with them like clashing with one another. But if you are looking for a fragrance to burn alongside either one of those, give that combination a try. I've also burned Bunny Vanilla Cupcake from Yankee Candle with the Cosmic Cupcakes and have found that I really enjoyed that combination as well. In fact, I just finished up my Bunny Vanilla Cupcake, and sometimes I would burn that one as like the third wheel in that couple. So yeah, another great combination to consider. All right. Kringle Candles Donut Worry. Now, I did have this in a 2-wick format. This is not necessarily a donut scent to my nose. It is more of the frosting note that is on top of the donut, that like white icing that you have on top of it. So I decided to pair that with Bath & Body Works Sweet Carrot Cake. Now, I know that one, I don't think it's available anymore right now. Maybe it'll come back for SAS. I'm not really familiar with how Bath & Body Works really does a lot of their sales. I purchase from Bath & Body Works, but I don't follow them as intently as some others do. There's some great creators who are like on top of those Bath & Body Works sales. I'm thinking of Bonnie right now. She's the person that I think of the most, queen of the girl geeks. But Sweet Carrot Cake and Donut Worry were a beautiful morning combination for me because I found that carrot cake note, which I absolutely loved. I know a lot of people, I don't like carrot cake to eat, but that fragrance was, ooh, so yummy. I absolutely loved it. That combination with that icing note just was chef's kiss perfection. So if you are looking for ways to use those up, try combining those two. And the final suggestion that I am going to have for you today is HOMEWORX Sparkling Citrus and Yankee Candle's Tangerine Vanilla. Yes, I know I've already talked about Tangerine Vanilla, but it would go well with this Sparkling Citrus. And the reason I'm saying that is because both of these citrus candles, there are no peach notes really listed in here, but I do detect kind of a slight, these aren't straight up orange scents to me, or straight up lemon. I mean, they wouldn't be lemon for Tangerine Vanilla. Like I said, that Tangerine Vanilla has a little bit of like a creamy base with that vanilla note in there. It is definitely more of like a tangerine type of scent, but the Sparkling Citrus has a blend. I'm trying to remember what the fragrance notes are on that one. I know that there's some orange. I want to say maybe grapefruit, lemon. What else is in there? It's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I absolutely love it. It's probably the prettiest citrus fragrance I've ever smelled. It's very, I want to say it's light. It's not like right now I'm burning Valencia Orange, for example. I walk into my house and I'm smacked in the face with orange. Sparkling Citrus is a little bit different to me because it's like I'm smelling citrus notes, but I'm not exactly sure. It's not lime, but I'm not exactly sure like what I'm smelling, other than I know that I like it. I think it's pleasant, and it reminds me a little bit of like there's a hint of some type of stone fruit in there, even though that's not really listed in the fragrance notes. Anyways, I loved those fragrances combined with each other. They complemented one another very, very well. So those are just a couple of suggestions that I have for you. Let me know in the comment box down below if you have any combinations that you are currently burning and loving. All of us in the candle community want to know how we can effectively enjoy our candles, because like I said, we are enticed by all of the fragrance notes. There's so many new releases. And a lot of us also say, oh my goodness, this is kind of a problem. We need to burn these and enjoy them. Or maybe it's just me, I don't know. But I do want to enjoy my fragrances, and I think that this is a fun way to share with you how I am going about using up my stash. Once again, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to stick around for more of my content. And I just want to say thank you so much for spending your time here with me today. Until my next video, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.